Subscribe to the channel if you're watching this in the future. Stay hydrated. No. Sharing on YouTube, no, Twitter, hello. I have gone live. We are listening to my new favourite royalty-free lo-fi playlist. That's one. My brain was just like, hello. But, oh my god, we're at that time of the year where there is no sunlight. Sorry. Do I have 3 different drinks in my room? Yes, I do. I'm not sure what's up with this lighting. Hello. I wish I could just like focus here, bitch. Focus here. So I've been in a reading slump for a while. I don't really remember. Actually, I kept tabs on books I've read this year and like when they were completed. Where's that? So my last book that I read was literally the 28th of October. Like I finished that almost a month ago. And I've read little bits and pieces of You Know You Love Me, book 2 of Gossip Girl since then. But otherwise, I have not read a single thing. And my Goodreads goal for the year, I changed it from 12 to 50 because I read 12 in like 5 seconds because this year one of my coping mechanisms for like a minute was just reading, you know, getting back into reading. But now I'm 2 books behind schedule on my Goodreads challenge to reach 50 books. I've spent this month writing mostly and doing some YouTube videos, obviously. I sat and did, I think I read what? Like I think I read a decent amount, maybe 5 chapters, 6 maybe today. Just because I've been sort of sat around waiting in case my mum wanted to do anything. It's her birthday today. I wasn't going to stream or whatever, but they're watching a film that I have no interest in. So I counted this to read, and then I was like, let's stream instead, as well as read. I don't know. So I still have 8 books to read to reach my 50 goal by, you know, the end of the year or whatever. I don't know. Which I think is doable with these. I think I have the next 6, including this one, in order. No, next 5, including this one. No, 6, I can't count. There's one that's lost in the post that would make it 7. So all in, I should have 8 books. I read the first Gossip Girl earlier in the year, a few months ago. And they're pretty small books, like retro 2000s YA, where everything was 200 pages long. So I think, and everything was written way simpler. Lost my train of thought. So if that other one arrives, that'll be 6 books, 7 books that I, if I can get back on track with reading and actually enjoying reading a concept, that's 7 out of the 8 books I still need to read for this year. I'm like halfway through this one now, so I don't think, if I can get into it, I think it should be relatively quick to read another 100, 100-ish pages. But I need to check if I have the one after this or if that's the one I'm waiting for. So I'm going to Google that now, just so I know. Which one is it that I'm waiting for? Nothing can keep us together. Okay. Gossip Girl book order. Go to the Wikipedia. Hello, I am 26 years old and I'm reading Gossip Girl books. So Gossip Girl, you know you love me. All I want is everything because I'm worth it. I like it like that. You're the one that I want. Nobody does it better. Nothing can keep us together. Okay, so I think I have like a good chunk of those. Hopefully it all arrives soon. I don't know what book I would read otherwise. I started Generation Dead as a reread, and it's fine. I'm remembering why I'm deeply in love with every book's male love interest, but also why I am the way that I am today. Because I have no personality. I just take on my favorite characters. That's it. That's who I am. I don't know whether I'm in the mood to read the rest of that. Maybe it's relatively easy to read as well, which is good. I did also get out the last Harry Potter book because I have been reading those this year for the first time, basically. And even though they are the worst, Harry Potter was always like a comfort, I don't know, hobby, subject, topic for me. That sent my singular viewer leaving. Nice. So I don't know, maybe that book, but it is a bit bigger. But I also always associate Harry Potter with Christmas time, so it might be something that I managed to read relatively quickly because I'll be in that sort of mood and I have that association with Harry Potter and Christmas. Like, so maybe I'll read that, even though it's like 400 pages, I think. It's probably like double or more of that. So, but I mean, it's also easy. It's easy to read, and I've watched the film so many times. I know like the fucking plot, you know. Yeah. Um, I meant to start reading Percy Jackson, but I just never did because I got overwhelmed. But also, I can say that about a million other books. But I'll literally set up my bookshelves over there. I'm sorry if this is distracting. I'm looking over there off into the distance. Like I wanted to read Devil Wears Prada, but I never got to that. And same with Practical Magic. You know, I'm having like a lot of issues when it comes to like trying to get myself to read. I accidentally end up putting this sort of pressure on myself to read certain books. And like I'm really struggling to understand what that's coming from and whether it's, I don't know, like a learning disability thing, mental illness in it. It's always mental illness. Or if I'm, you know, I don't know, I'm just having like a slump of I just can't read anything. I also bought like 3 books from a charity shop before the second lockdown came again. The Roanoke Girls, The Beekeeper's Assistant, which is like a spin-off Sherlock Holmes with a lady, and XX by I can't remember who it was. I want to say Angela Carter, but I don't think that's who it is, but it might be. Um, because the Roanoke Girls is kind of like a thrillery horror thing it sounded interesting. I think it's written by a woman as well, and it's about women, so I trust that more. Like I don't want to read horror by men. It's just like the end of it, especially cis white men, which is most mainstream horror writers. The Beekeeper's Assistant just sounded kind of cute, and I do eventually want to try and read Sherlock Holmes. I think I have a physical copy of a book. I do have the ebook. I don't know which one. An ebook, Kindle ebook of the original Sherlock and the writer. Sorry, it looks like fucking dust. And then the XX is basically kind of like sci-fi, women being able to have children by themselves or together without biological men or what the fuck ever, cis men being involved. So like that sounded really interesting because it had a load of like government shit that was like, sounds like real life. But also I tend to find books that reimagine, you know, reproducing without, we don't need men. And it's like, this is very bioessentialist, and there, you know, trans people exist and don't suck as much as cis men. Not all men. But it sounded interesting. So I bought it and it was cheap. I think it was £1. So that's where we're at. Plus, honestly, I wrote all of the books up that I currently have as physical copies of, and also ebooks, you know, books I own. But to be fair, I should probably add some other books to that list because they are in my mum's possession, but I kind of want to read them. I think there's a Jennifer Saunders biography, the Len Goodman biography, Dawn French maybe as well. I can't remember. I'm going to burp as well. Sorry, my eyes are crusty. Crusty. Okay, I'm going to shut up and read the next chapter of this. I'll turn my music up a bit for you. Uh-oh, we have a white boy with dreadlocks. Yikes. I'm glad that changed in the show. Fucking hell. Oop. I mean, I I headcanon Blair Waldorf as a Libra, honestly. I don't think she is, though. I think she's a Virgo. Let me close my door. Oh, there's my tiny piece of paper I was using as a bookmark. I wondered where that got. I sat on it. I'm also finding this book, the book version, a lot funnier than the show. So everyone's just like fuck all the time and smoking cigarettes and just walking around having eating disorders. um, and Serena's like actually concerned by Jan's behavior, you know, like I was when I watched the show. But in the book, she's also concerned. She's like, hey, he's kind of a stalker. This is weird. Why is he writing poetry about me? We barely know each other. I am predicting, however, that the books, Blair is going to sleep with her stepbrother. Just saying it now. Oh my god. Okay, dreadlock guy just said that he was vegan, so they're all going to a vegetarian restaurant. And in my head, I was like, of course he's vegan. And then literally 3 lines down, Blair is like, of course he's vegan. Of course he's vegan. He has dreadlocks and he's white. Oh. Oh, what's in my eye? Help! What gossip girl is just like, incest? Go for it. But I know it's not biologically incest, but it's still weird, you know? Still weird. Whoops. Oh, I just cracked my back. Who are these bots? Get out. I think my suspicions were correct. I think Blair is going to sleep with her stepbrother. I'm concerned. At least in the show, it was Serena that slept with Blair's stepbrother. Actually, I don't think they did sleep together, did they? Whatever. Not important. So, bro, I can't finish watching the Matrix sequel with you. We're going on a road trip. Bye. How are these teenagers drinking? How are you getting people to serve you? I don't. Did Dan just call Serena a fairy princess? Serena's like, I brought sandwiches in case you get hungry. And he's like, I brought wine. Okay. You know, RP the good old days when everyone smoked cigarettes. Just anywhere. Serena's just calling taxis and airports and train stations sexy. Like, where does she come from? Like, whatever you wrote, it just says message retracted. Oh, cool. So you're another bot. Same. Serena was wearing white flared cords. Sorry, my internet connection is unstable like my mental health.